All right, good morning, everyone. All right, so let's get started. Obviously, I've been away for about a week, but now we're back. So let's take a look at, oops, sorry, to knock something over. Let's take a look at the economic data that may be coming out today. All right, so for the 26th, we have consumer confidence at 10 o'clock Eastern. Actually, before that, sorry, we have at 9 o'clock Eastern, we have S&P CS Composite 20 HPI year over year, which is considered to be a moderately important report. HPI month over month, which is not considered an important report, will be coming out as well at the same time. Then at 10 o'clock Eastern, we'll have CB Consumer Confidence, new home sales, and the Richmond Manufacturing Index. Then at 1:30 p.m., we'll have FOMC member Bauman speaking. And that should be it for news economic data for today. So at 9 o'clock before the market opens, and then 10 o'clock after the market opens, we'll have some important reports. And then at 1:30, we'll have a FOMC member speaking, but that is not expected to have a significant impact according to the Forex Factory calendar. All right, so let's take a look at what was moving in the previous session. In other words, which stocks we were looking at. Yesterday's session was not very productive as far as the opportunities that were there. Nevertheless, we'll look at what was there first. Let's take a look at the NASDAQ. As you can see, yesterday, pretty rough as far as the movement is concerned. It was more positive than negative, that's for sure. We started down here and we finished up here. But as you can see, the action was anything but consistent. It was very up and down. Now, as far as stocks that were moving, however, there were a few that did seem to do okay. So let's go over some of them. One of them was Qualcomm, which was able to reach target number 2 of 109.54. Okay. We also had Rivian, which eventually, after an initial downward move, which we were looking at first to the downward direction, it turned around and then got into a good uptrend, and it was able to reach its target number 2, which was 21.53. All right. PayPal, although it was not a nice trend, it was able to reach target number 1 pretty quickly of 58.38, so it'd be down here. Then after that, it gradually got about halfway to target number 2, but again, not very good price movement. Similarly, Amazon.com was able to reach its target number 1 very quickly of 131.07 and then get about halfway to target number 2. But again, not very good price movement. Affirm was able to drop to hit target number 1 to the downside of 1938. Then it got about 2/3 of the way to target number 2 to the downside, bottomed out at 1901. Not the best movement either, but still did it. NVIDIA was able to reach target number 1 pretty quickly to the upside of 423.03, and then it stopped there. I'll skip Apple. It did reach target number 1. Well, actually, let me just point out. So Apple was able to reach its target number 1 of 175.98, but it wasn't able to do much besides that. One of the bigger movers was RNAZ. We did have some initial targets for that. It blew through all of them, topping out at $3.20 per share. Let's see, BPTS also was a pretty solid mover after the initial decline. It got into a really nice trend up, topping out at 206 per share. Enphase was a really good mover, but it wasn't able to get to target number 2, and then it sold off very sharply. So it breezed through target number 1 of 121.68, topped out at 123.74, which was more than 3/4 of the way to target number 2, but it was never able to reach target number 2. DocuSign, DOCU, was able to reach target number 1 of 41.83, but not able to proceed beyond that. And then we had DraftKings, DKNG, which was able to reach target number 1, 28.06, and it got about 2/3 of the way to target number 2 before topping out at 28.42. And then lastly, we have Roku, which was able to reach target number 1 of 70.40 per share, 70.40. Then it got about 3/4 of the way to target number 2, topping out at 71.50, and then selling off in a similar fashion to Enphase. All right, so that's what we had there. Now let's look at what's showing up in our pre-market scan. Okay, as of right now, I see about 5 stocks. Let's go through them one by one. So first up, I see IMVT, and according to TrueEdge, that is currently up 60% on 3.9 million shares of volume pre-market. It is trading above $1 per share, so this one definitely qualifies to be on our pre-market radar as it meets all 4 of our criteria. It is a NASDAQ listed stock, trading at least, one second, you're trading at least $1 per share, at least 1 million shares of pre-market volume, and at least a 6% change in price, either positive or negative. So it's able to meet all of those criteria. So therefore, we'll take a look at that today. Let's see. There we go. So IMVT, it's on the radar. Next up, we've got RNAZ is on the list as well, but it's too low in price. It's trading under $1 per share, so that was the one that was up sharply yesterday. Now it's back below $1 per share, so we won't be able to do anything with that. So we'll have to leave that off of our radar. Okay, next up we have ROIV. Now that is currently up 17.4%, 1.3 million shares, trading above $1 per share, and is of course the NASDAQ stock, so that will qualify. So we'll add ROIV to our radar as well. Next up, we have SLNO, which is presently moving up sharply. It's up 377%, 8.7 million shares traded. It's trading above $1 per share. This obviously looks like a pump and dump. So once the bell rings, we do have to expect this will not be able to keep going up. But so far, the pre-market is moving, so we'll add that to our radar for now. Symbol again is SLNO. All right, if you folks see any other stocks that meet our criteria, our 4 criteria, must be a NASDAQ listed stock, must be a stock that's trading at least $1 per share in the pre-market. Also, the pre-market must have a percent change of at least 6% positive or negative, and at least 1 million shares traded pre-market. So any stocks that you see that meet those 4 criteria, let me know in the chat. Okay, there's one. Okay, that is currently up 219%, 15.5 million shares, trading above $1 per share. So that does qualify. So we'll add FEMY to our radar, FEMY. And we see BFRG. Let's see, I didn't put that out there. BFRG currently up 17.7%, 1.7 million shares traded. Price is above $1 per share. And of course, it is a NASDAQ stock. So that qualifies as well. So we will add BFRG to our radar as well. All right, any other stocks that meet our 4 criteria? NASDAQ listed stock that's at least a 6% change in price between now and the previous session. Must be trading at least 1 million shares of pre-market volume and must be trading at least $1 per share. ICPT. All right. Okay, that does qualify. It looks like that's I'm guessing this is a buyout. Looks like this is a merger. So let's see. Yep, $19 per share merger. Uh, so this is an acquisition. So this stock will not be able to do anything for us, unfortunately. So we don't have to add it to our list. With a buyout, the stock will just move up close to its buyout price and then get stuck there until the buyout is complete. But it does meet the criteria. Nevertheless, we won't be able to do anything with it. All right. Any other stocks that meet our criteria, folks? Let me know in the chat. All right. We'll wrap up for today. Please be sure to like this video. Looks like we got about 10 likes here. Let's make sure everyone likes the video. That helps us tremendously with the YouTube algorithm. So please go ahead and like this video. Also, if you have not already, please subscribe to the channel so you get regular updates when we produce a new video, etc. You get alerted by YouTube. And if anyone's watching this video either now or after, who is not familiar with us, please be sure to check out fundertrading.com, our website. You'll see a link to that in the description to this video. Other than that, folks, I'll see you for tomorrow's Premarket Pulse here on YouTube, which will be at the same time. The first ticker, Brian, was IMVT. All right, IMVT. All right, folks. I'll see you, folks. For those of you who are part of the program, I'll see you in the coaching room in about it'll be about 25 minutes or so. Okay. All right, folks. Have a good one. Take care.